Hi friends, today we'll discuss about ISO 8583 messages. Uh, Already we covered in part 1 like request, response, duplicate messages. So please watch my video on ISO 8583 part 1. So now we'll discuss about other part of messages. So today we'll discuss about USM. Unsolicited messages. So why you need USM messages? To share the information about suspended and reactivated systems. You know, like every time you want to do a transaction through FPS, you have to connect to CI, Central Infrastructure, which was managed by Bank of England. In case CI system will send a message to middleware, from middleware it reaches the X bank and your system is not in a active status, it is in suspended status, then middleware will not receive any acknowledgement from X bank. Then middleware sent a acknowledge message to CI system that X bank system is in down or suspended status. So once system comes to active, then X banks will send the acknowledgement response that will be like, so in these cases your request will be 9824 message and your response will be 9834. This is only for checking the other system in active status or suspended status. These messages are useful. So in USM you have a different functionalities USM will be generated. So how to identify whether this USM message is generated because of status change or SITL limit? So already we had discussed. So whenever you reach a net sender cap limit, then all the transactions will be in hold. So in this situation, if you send one more message, all your transactions are on hold, then you have to send a message. So other system, how to identify? So we have different function codes. So if it is 971 function code means it is a status change, whether system is up, down, suspended status. 975 means SITL change. 976 means security transaction limit change, SITL limit change. 974 sender cap status change. 977 net sender threshold change, if there any change in the threshold limit. 974 is there any change in net sender cap limit? Already we discussed it is 300,000 for a net sender cap. You keep on sending outgoings, then one point of time you will reach 300,000. So from that point, if you do any transactions, all the transactions will be hold. So during that time, these messages, USM messages will be sent to other bank or CI system. In messages, I'll discuss about important point. You know, like what is payment code. If payment code is 10, then it is a SIP. If it is 20, return. If it is 30, standing order. If it is a 40, future dated payment. If it is 50, bulk payment. Same way in ISO 8583 messages, we have a receiver sender code also. For example, 10 means member, means you are an institute or a bank, you are a member in FPS, then your receiver will be 10 means your receiver also a member of FPS. If it is 20, you are agent of a member, means directly you are not involving FPS transactions, you are participating in FPS through X, it may be bank or it may be financial institution. So receiver is 10 means is a member in FPS, he may be bank or he may be institute. 20 means agent. Same way, sender 10 means is a bank or an institute and you are a member of FPS. If it is 20, you are an agent. Directly you are not the member of FPS, but you are doing a transaction through a member. So you are an agent. So in process code, if it is 10, 10, 10, then first 10 will be like SIP, systematic single immediate payment. If it is 20, it is a other. If it is 40, if it is FDP. If it is a 50, bulk payment. 10 means it is member. So in this process code 10 means 10 is single immediate payment and sender is 10 means a member. Another 10 means your receiver also a member. If it is 10 single immediate payment, member, 20 means is a agent. So how to verify action codes, whether your message is accepted or rejected, or is there any CI instructions. If in your message action code is 0000 means your transaction is accepted without any validation. If it starts with 1160 means your beneficiary account is closed, so your transaction is rejected. 1167 beneficiary deceased means the funds are going to other bank customer has deceased, then you will get a rejection. 99, you start with 99 means these are CI rejections, means your message will not go to other bank, from CI itself it will be rejected. If it is a duplicate FBID, you need not go to other bank, from CI system itself you can reject this transaction. 9950 illegal sort code, if you are sending in your message, automatically it rejected from CI, means from the middleware itself, it will not go to other bank. So how to identify overseas payment? So in your message you have a currency. If currency is 826, it is a GBP. If you are doing a transaction in UK, it will be local currency. If it is 978, it is Euro. 840, it is USD. So with the currency code, you can identify whether it is a local payment or overseas payment. How to identify redirect payment? So I am a sender, I have a bank sort code and I have account number. I am sending to beneficiary has sort code and account number, but beneficiary has given instruction to the Y bank, whatever payments received from other bank to my account, you direct to Z bank. So you have given another sort code and you have given another account number. So redirect payment, what will happen? So we will have one sender and one sort code, and you have beneficiary bank sort code and account number, and automatically this message will be redirected to another bank, Z bank sort code with account number. So if you are in your message, if you see like redirected beneficiary and redirected customer account number is filled, then it is a redirected message. If it is null value is there, it is a direct payment, means you are sending to X bank to Y bank. In redirected, X to Y, Y to Z, it will go to third bank. So important fields in your ISO 8583 messages: message ID, payment code 10, 20, 30, 40. 40 is FDP, 50 is bulk payment, sender is 10, member 20 means agent, beneficiary also, action code we already discussed, currency we have discussed. Thank you friends, please subscribe.